Hello, welcome to Mr. B's Ukulele channel. Please like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoy watching.
This is my tutorial for Billy Cotton's 1953 hit When Santa Got Stuck Up the Chimney, a song I'm sure we all know and are very familiar with, but not everyone realises quite where it went back to, including myself. But Billy Cotton and his band, 1953 this one, and it's just a really great song. I thought this was going to be an easy one, but actually with the extra verses and all the lyrics thrown in and all the quick chord changes, it's actually quite a challenge. I've put this in at level 4, and it's a lot just to get your fingers around and your tongue around with all the different lyrics. So buckle up and get yourself ready to learn a really great Christmas song and a bit of a fun challenge on your ukulele. Here we go. So we'll look at the chords. There are 9 different chords. So like I said, nothing too challenging individually, but just a lot of bounce, a lot of movement, a lot of fast pace on this song. So a lot of moving your fingers around a lot and trying to get all the lyrics in the right place. So we have 9 different chords to look at first. Then we'll look at the strumming pattern, which is thankfully much easier to get your head around. A lot of single strums actually with the number of quick chord changes that we have. Then we'll do a bit of a walkthrough, look at the layout, and finish with a demo. Okay, so we'll do the chords first of all. Right, I'll go through the 9 chords and then I'll maybe just go into a bit more detail with a couple of them. So I've got the A, first and second finger on the first and second fret, on the C and the G string. I've got the A7, where you just take your second finger off, and it's the first finger on the C string on the first fret. So those two vary a little bit between them, so there's a bit of going from the A7 to the A and back again, so practice those two. Then we've got the B7, this is probably one you're less familiar with. First finger across the E and the A on the second fret, second finger above it on the G on the second fret, third finger at the side on the C string. Oops, there we go. Make sure what happened there was my finger wasn't quite tight enough, so it pinged a little bit. I didn't get a clean sound. Make sure your first finger is really tight on the E and the A to get a nice clean chord sound. Then we've got the C chord, nice and easy. Third finger, third fret on the A string. Got the D7, which is like you keep your third finger there for the C, but then you add your second finger across the G, C, and E strings on the second fret. D7. We've got a D as well, which is like the D7 but without that third finger. Make sure you're not touching the A string on the D chord. So second finger across the top 3 strings. E7. First finger on the first fret on the G string. Second and third finger on the second fret on the C and the A strings. Got an E minor. I always think of this as a diagonal line when I look at my fingers. First finger on the second fret, second finger on the third fret, third finger on the fourth fret, and they start on the A string and then just work up basically. So it's A, E, and C strings there. And then we've got the G to finish on. Make sure you're comfortable with all of those chords and have a good look at any you're not sure about. Do remember, as always, with my chord diagrams, I put the number on each circle on the chord of which finger, which digit I recommend using. And they're just general standard recommendations. It's nothing special for my channel, but they're the recommended fingering for each chord, so do have a good look at that. Right, I don't think there's any massively difficult transitions that you need to get into. I would say the biggest trick is just the G to the B7. It's probably the one you're least familiar with, I'd guess. I know for me, the B7 is not one I use a lot in my songs, so whenever it comes up, I sort of have to just give it a bit of a practice. So the line there is, my beard is black, there's soot in my sack, and that's the G to the B7. What's quite nice about that, if you look at the chord diagrams, you'll see the B7 is actually like a G, but with just the extra position on the A string as well. So you go from the G, you lift that finger pattern. You don't need to move your change your fingers. You just move the whole thing up one string. So G, move the whole 3 fingers up to the upper string, and then just flatten that first finger to cover the A string as well. And there's your B7. So G, up 1 string, B7. So that, if you think of it that way, it's actually really easy to play. If you start thinking about, oh, where does my B7 go? It's a bit harder. But if you just think, keep that G position, that wonderful little triangle you've got with the G, whoops, wrong string, G, and then put it up 1 string, and then flatten that first finger, and you've got your B7. So that's probably the one transition to practice. And like I say, just have a look at any of those individual chords you're not comfortable with. Okay, let's have a look at the strumming. Okay, for the strumming, it's very simple. There's two strumming patterns depending on where we are. If you have a look at the sheet music, we've got red and blue. And the blue is the nice down, down, up, down. So that's the sort of rhythm. When Santa got stuck up his chimney, he began to shout. You can just feel that down, down, up, down. Down, down, up, down, down, up. But as we've already discovered, the chord changes are quite fast. So actually we're doing a lot of single strums in there as well. Santa got stuck up his chimney. The chimney. Santa got stuck up the chimney. All single strums. So if you look on the sheet music, the blue chords are the down, down, up pattern, and then the red chords are just single strums. And there's a lot of the red chords in groups, and then some nice blue strumming patterns in between. So you get moments where it's relaxing, down, down, up, down, down, and then it's down, 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 down. And they're the bouncy bits where basically every strum is a different chord. And that takes a little bit of practice because that's easy to catch up on and fall over and play the wrong chord or get the words in a muddle because you're changing chords so quickly. So that's the sort of challenge of the song, really, just getting all those single chords in the right place, single strums on each different chord, all in the right place. And if you're not careful, you'll end up stuck upside down in a chimney, just like Santa was, with all the trickiness of it. So that's the challenge. We'll go through it with a walkthrough and you'll see how it all fits together, but nothing too difficult about the strumming in itself. Okay, let's have a look at a walkthrough then. I'll give you a chorus and a verse. Everyone's familiar with the original chorus, the initial chorus, chorus 1 as it is. You probably won't realise, I didn't until I looked up the song, that there's a second chorus and then 2 different verses as well. They're less well known. So there's a lot of lyrics to learn and get your head around, which are a lot of fun to learn as well. So I'll give you a chorus and verse 1, and then you can have a look at chorus 2 and verse 2 at your leisure. So it starts with an introduction on the G, nice and easily, with that down, down, up pattern. And I'll put that in 4 times. And then we're into the single strums for the first line, and it's G to D7. When Santa got stuck, back to the G, up the chimney with an E minor, and then we're on to the down, down, up again in blue, on the C to the G. He began to shout, stay on that down, down, up pattern, back to the C. You girls and boys won't G get any toys if A7 to D7. You don't pull me out, stay on the down, down, up pattern, back to the G. My beard is black, here's the B7, soot in my sack, my C. Nose is tickling. Now we're down to the single strums, 2 on the G, then the quick D7, when, back to the G, Santa got D7, stuck up the G to E7, chimney, A7, chew, D7, chew, then the G, chew. And then what I've done at the end of each chorus, just so you can catch your breath, I've basically spaced it out by doing the intro again. So back, you basically land on a chew, and then it's 2, 3, 4. So you've got 4 G's, 4 strumming patterns of down, down, up on that G. A chew, a chew, a chew. 2, 3, 4. And then we're into verse 1, which stays on the G, but now we're back to the single strums. And it's G to D7. On the eve, back to the G, before Christmas Day, on the E minor. Then the C, when Santa, G, Clauser, A7, ride on his D7 sleigh. Back to the G, into the D7 chimney, he, G, climbed with his E minor sack. To the A with the down, down, up pattern now. But he was so fat, he, A7 to D, single strums, couldn't get back. Back to the blue pattern on the A. Oh, what a terrible plight. He, A7, stayed up there all D night. Then we're back into the chorus. When Santa got stuck up the chimney, he began to yell. And there we are, chorus 2, as it were. If you have a look at the layout, you'll see how that works. So we've just done the intro, chorus 1, and then on the right hand side of the sheet, verse 1. and then went to chorus 2, which is a sort of standalone chorus that just fits in the middle of the song. There's a lot of fun with Santa yelling and Rudolph also getting stuck in the chimney, apparently. Who knew? So that's an exciting development in the lyrics. And then at the end of that, we go to verse 2, which is at the bottom of the page. And then it says there, repeat chorus 1. So we then go right back to the beginning of the piece and repeat chorus 1. Except there's slight variation there. I've written at the bottom of that box, last time. And when you do that, chorus 1 for the very last time, you sing, when Santa got stuck up the chimney. And then you do the achoo, but you're doing it across 2 lines now. Achoo, 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 achoo. So it's basically 7 sneezes instead of the 3, and that finishes the song. So, okay, we'll finish with a bit of a demo so you can hear it at speed. There's a lot to, like I say, a lot to get your head around. It's a really fun, really nice, jolly song to learn on your ukulele, but it's all those individual chord changes. It's quite fast, and there's a lot more than that. There's a lot in the verses that you really have to be quick with your fingers. So do have a good look at it. Do have a lot of fun. We'll finish with the demo so you can hear that at speed. Do have a look at the full sing-along if you want to as well, to help you learn and feel how the whole song goes. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have done, please do like and subscribe. Here's the demo. Have a great Christmas, and thank you for watching. Rudolph tugged with all of his might, but Santa Claus was stuck very tight. He wriggled and giggled and cried with a frown, I'll never get up, I'll never get down. Oh, what a terrible fuss, we should have gone by